his tombstone there in Greenwich says, "Here lies Thomas Tallis, who died as he had lived, of meek and gentle sort. Oh, lucky man." And
Mm.
it is just an extraordinary thing to think about this. Below, I mean, there wasn't a single negative piece of press, wasn't a single negative comment, there's not a single dot that says anything negative about Thomas Tallis, who was literally a practicing Catholic his entire life. So, with the various machinations that occurred geopolitically, he didn't just publish music. He had from the Queen, this is Elizabeth, gave him the rights for the exclusive publishing of anything in England that was musical. That is to say, if you wanted anything in print, you had to go through this guy. Now, the history of publishing in of all types, but particularly music, is fascinating and gives you a tremendous window into art and commerce and everything else you can imagine.
Was
But
it just Palace or was because I had read that he was partners with Bird for a while. Did they have something together jointly or
now
no?
remember, Tallis, who's about 1500, 1585, and lived
Right.
in his
Bird was
80s,
his student.
his pupil and a beloved pupil. And on Tallis's death, Bird wrote one of the most beautiful laments in the history of music. And every single person who met Bird either wrote or said something about him that was one of these tributes. And it wasn't a pro forma tribute like after Louis XIV died, we all had to write something. Or indeed, after Elizabeth herself died and everybody wrote something, and these pieces are extraordinary because everybody realized that this will never come again. Artists are smarter than one might imagine. And when you see Tompkins writing a sad pavan for these distracted times after Elizabeth's death, you know he knew. All these people knew that this can't happen again. You can't have this. This will never be. You know, uh, Shakespeare getting out of the game. I mean, he just muddled on and wrote some extraordinary and powerful and terrible things, terrible in the original sense, like Macbeth. But it is literally the end. I mean, it's the end of the world as we know it with the death of Elizabeth, and everything changed after that. There are moments and rebirths and the this and the that, but when people say that they call British music in the 20th century the 20th century English Renaissance because there is Henry Purcell and there are some people here and there dipping and dopping and but really and truly it's the end of the 19th century before we really get the renaissance of music from the time of Elizabeth. So Tallis's wisdom, his grace, his gentility, his humility, the exquisite nature of his writing, his
Mhm.
music is incomparably beautiful. I mean, truly incomparably beautiful. There's not a single chorister in these, when you sing in English choruses, and tens of thousands of people do, and have been trained. You come to the Lamentations of Jeremiah of Thomas Tallis, and everybody likes it. Everybody wants to sing it. Everybody wants to do that piece.